All right. It looks like it is recording, and it looks like we are rolling. And I am going to go check our Facebook. I mean, our YouTube channel
It's showing live
on Facebook.
on YouTube. I just got the notification. I'm not showing.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
I'm not showing anything on Facebook. It says post this link on Facebook to share with your friends so they can.
You want to do it?
How do you
Can't
do
hurt,
this?
right?
Just
here, I'll do it. Here,
go for it, and let's see what happens.
I am going to put this on Facebook. Hey, everybody, if you're watching this, we are just about to kick off.
Getting rolling.
Getting some
little post game kickoff
live stream out there.
We know it's kind of early in certain locations. It's getting mid morning, man. I'm sure people are past their coffee.
Did you know that you were going to have to be able to multitask and read? And oh, it's there. It's there. I see it on Facebook.
Do you?
Yeah, it's there. I just loaded our page. It's under the posts. Yeah. I'll pin it to the top for now. Pin to top of page. There we go. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm not.
Jay, take it away.
Hey, everybody. Welcome into Parts Counter Guru. We are doing a post Super Bowl special live. And we hope you guys had a good night. Hope your whatever team you were rooting for won. I know mine did. I was going for the Chiefs, being a Titans fan right here.
As usual, Troy Aikman did an amazing job. Go Cowboys. Hey,
he did. He did. I'm not a Joe Buck fan. I'm not a Joe Buck fan.
Growing up, listening to his dad, I almost have to like him. I've been kind of disappointed in him recently because of some maneuvers that he's done. But think about this for a minute. Now, Fox goes with the big leaguers, right? You got Troy Aikman and Jimmy Johnson, inductee into the Hall of Fame.
Right
on there, and CBS being the junior league gets the leftovers, gets Tony Romo, right?
Yeah.
So, So, and by the way, this whole how many guys can we cram into a commentator desk? I know it's been going on for a decade or more. They've got 6 guys. They've got Howie and Terry and what's his name? Jimmy over on the far end.
Jimmy, yeah. But I don't know. These guys are Terry looked a little disheveled last night. I mean, he was.
Yeah, I noticed that. Well, he's had a lot of head trauma that's catching up to him now.
Well, that's what I'm kind of thinking, man. The first thing that popped in my mind when I looked at it is because he grabbed the mic and he was supposed to be saying something and he just, I don't think he could remember. So I don't know. That's just my opinion, just based on what I could see. But
I'm sad for him.
Yeah. So I am as well. He's such a good dude, funny guy. Our friend Marlon did some commercials with him. Remember the Bradshaw, Marlon, if you're listening, pal, here's a plug for you, but it's a great commercial.
So I had a friend in town in Nashville. This is quite a while back, and he had just come into town and he stopped off somewhere downtown and he messaged me and he goes, "Hey man, I just saw Terry Bradshaw running down the street." and there was a camera truck following him, and I was like, "What?" And he went, "Yeah." Cool. And it turns out they were shooting some of those commercials.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting, man. I didn't realize that. That's cool. That's cool. So,
where to start?
Really, where to start? So, first of all, I'd like to explain to everyone. For me, always has been for years. Anybody that knows me. I unfortunately have to take a vacation day or a personal day to attain this status, which is a national holiday, in my opinion. The Monday after the Super Bowl, I would say, has my vote to become a national holiday, just like Canada has Boxing Day, right after Christmas.
Okay, I mean, that? Yeah, okay, that's a fair. Yeah, that's a good point.
Canada, they have Boxing Day. Why can't we have post colon? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah,
Because
sure.
I need it. Because
Yeah.
I had a, speaking of that, my reward for an AFC win was a 32-ounce T-bone, man. It was really, really good. I didn't eat all
Well,
of it, though. It was good, though.
everybody, I think this is a common theme. We all eat too much. It's
Yeah, it happens. No doubt about it. I've been known to do that, but as I've gotten older, I've become wiser. I eat kind of
okay.
I eat kind of a brunchy little thing, and then just have a few snacks laying around, and then get my munch on like after the game. But being in the Pacific Northwest, we have the ideal time slot. You guys on the East Coast are
It's true.
going,
Yeah.
we got to get up and go to work. Not me, man. Game over at like 7:00 my time. I'm happy. I'm a happy guy. So
let's talk some commercials.
let's talk some commercials. There's quite a few. Where to start,
well,
man? I mean,
maybe let's just start with one that I saw in the pregame, which was kind of one of the most. It stuck with me. It wasn't the best, but that Top Gun commercial. Did you see that one?
I did see that. It's going to be an exciting movie. I think I'm looking forward to it. I was a big fan of the first movie. I really don't see how anybody can't be a fan of watching Maverick just fly upside down in between crevasses.
So people that follow Tom Cruise know that a lot of times he tries to do his own stunts as much as they will allow him, and he is a fan of reality. I think in one of the last Mission Impossible, like there was like a Halo jump that he did that they filmed from start to finish, and it was in real time, and it was not CGI. Yeah. And so the big talk from a lot of the aviation guys about this movie is that there is so much of the in-flight sequences in this upcoming movie, and they are actual footage. It is not. And you see in this opening, the trailer that we saw yesterday, he's pulling G's. He's flipping around, and they're turning him around, and you just hear him breathing, like trying to not pass out. Is what they're. That's what I'm hearing when I hear that background breathing.
Absolutely, I did as well. And Tom is, like you said, he performs a lot of his own stunts, and he is a pilot. He is actually flying these in some instances. Was it you and I and someone having a conversation that, he was here because of the Whidbey Island Naval Air Station?
Yeah, it was somebody. So we were talking to somebody. Yeah.
Right. So the mountain scenes, the snow and ice that you're seeing, those are the Cascades out here, man. So a lot of those scenes were filmed in this area. And I know that, I forget who it was we were talking to that kind of let the cat out of the bag, but that did occur here. In some of those scenes were shot with him flying here. So we know that to be a fact because this person also advises that he was very aware that Tom was up in one. So there you go. That's neat. I can't wait for that one to come out.
So, do you have, and Jay, as I'm about to ask you this, we probably should pull open and watch for comments on. I'll go over to YouTube if you want to grab Facebook and just watch for live comments if we pick up any. Sure. Just for the sake of the interactive potential, right?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, if I can figure out how to do that, that'd be great, man. But I'm a little, let's see, we're going live. Oh, did you post this?
Yeah, that was like an hour and a half ago.
Oh, see, I didn't see it. I don't know. I think my feed is a little. Are you getting any comments?
I am not seeing. I've got it open, and I've got the chat window open. I'm going to switch it to live chat. But yeah, I've got it open.
And you're on. Let's see. Let me get over here to PCG. Oh, whoa. Oh, that's okay. Well, hey, while we're fumbling through this stuff, let's talk about it. Okay, so here you go. I have an opinion too. I was mentioning this to you this morning. what I actually thought that should happen. So since we don't get to go to the Super Bowl, which by the way, we'll get into some of the ticket pricing, which was unbelievable.
Did you see the infographic they threw up where 50 years ago it was $15?
Yeah, and I think the average ticket price, the face value for this one was anywhere between 800 and 2,500.
Right.
But the resale market was where they went crazy. I think on StubHub they were ranging from anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000. And did you see the guy? There was a guy that they filmed. They showed it this morning on the news. He was sleeping during the game, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say he probably wasn't sleeping. He was probably passed out. Too much for the guy.
Okay, so we have a St. Louis resident that just popped up. This is a family member of mine. Says Joe Buck is a loser.
Yeah. Hey, we're on the same page. I'm not a big Buck fan either, man.
Yeah. So you know, it's a $5,000 nap, I guess, man. I mean,
yeah. What in the world? I mean, when you have just money to roll around in, that's what you do. So did you have a favorite commercial? Do you have one you want to point to talk about? I'm going to put this on you. I mean, I could pick stuff, but I'm kind of. I did. My favorite one of the night. Well, I had a couple of them, man, but I thought that the Reese's Take 5 bar was good, where they had all the little, the cliche sayings like, "Where have you been, man? You've been hiding under a rock," and they show a guy going and hiding under a rock, and then you got, "Hey, man, you got your head in the sand." They show a guy with his head in the sand, and were you born yesterday? And then they show this little infant typing at the computer. It's just pretty funny, man.
Reese's Candy has a new candy out.
Reese's Take 5 bar. Yeah.
Okay. So full disclosure here. Okay. I've got a 10-year-old at home, and Jay knows this. And sometimes we have to use motivational tools like, no TV until you finish doing this or that. Right. Like, like it's bath time. Because as we pointed to earlier, if you're not on the West Coast, the game is later into the night. So I paused the live television, and you can do that. But I discovered that apparently if I've got a smart TV, and if you leave it paused for too long, the TV goes to sleep and it loses the stream. So I recorded the show. I can go back and watch these for posterity, but I did not see that one. There's several that you have mentioned in our list here that I didn't catch. That was one of them. I did catch Groundhog Day, and I loved it.
Yeah, it was good.
Jeep doing Bill Murray. They had Bill Murray. They had the other guy from the Groundhog Day movie.
Oh, the whole original cast, man. It was perfect. Whoa, hold on a second.
Jay's watching our live stream on his phone. Everybody.
Well, what I just did is I started a watch party.
Oh, okay.
So now I can get all the notifications. Yeah. I'm this technology, man. Sometimes I gotta rely on my son. So
Groundhog Day. So Jeep, smart to position it like they did. I mean, Jeep's expanding their line of vehicles now, and the one that they had him in was the one that's got the pickup bed in the back. And
what is that? The Gladiator?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, man. I mean, well played. And like whoever looked at it and went, "Oh yeah, Groundhog Day," like literally, same weekend as the Super Bowl, like, the day before, but
right. Yeah. I thought that, I jotted down, there was a lot of car ads actually. We can go down the list, but what was even better, the high powered, good, actors and high profile people like John Legend, for example, was in the Genesis GV80 ad. He was with I wrote the note down on that. What was her name, man? I'm sorry. Cause
now wait a second. So are you talking about, right. The Genesis, the SUV. Yeah.
SUV, the GV80. Yeah. It was, Chrissy Teigen and John Legend.
Yep.
which is a really neat. That's a beautiful ride, man. I can't imagine what that's going to cost because
they've gone full. Now Hyundai has separated Genesis as their full on luxury line. They don't even connect the two anymore in front of you.
No, they don't. The badge is completely. I mean,
yeah, that's now just Genesis.
It's just Genesis, and my understanding is they're going to separate their dealerships as well, which I don't blame them. It's no different than Infiniti and Nissan and Acura and Honda and so why not, right?
The only one that I can think of that doesn't do it is Ford. A lot of times Ford will have the Lincoln dealer and the Ford dealer in the same building, but even GM with Cadillac has its own dealership.
Hey, gonna give a shout out. I got some people chatting up, man. Hey, Rob Wagner, old friend. How are you, sir? From Nashville, Tennessee. We've got Amy Clark here locally here. My good friend Amy. She's watching. She just gave us a thumbs up. Hello. I got some. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Jeff Havens. So yeah, this is cool, man. I got some friends popping up on this thing now. So
hi guys.
Hey guys, we're just if you're just now joining, we're just kind of discussing some of the ads from the Super Bowl and what the relevance to our time and that sort of stuff with what's out there. And we talked about Jeep just now. We talked about Genesis. We were talking about Hyundai. Now the Hyundai Sonata commercial I thought was hilarious, man.
This is the Boston boys, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Now it would have been better if the Patriots had been in the Super Bowl. It would have worked. But they stayed the course. Got to give Hyundai some
commercial was
there.
Wildly clever, and they were like, "Hey, who's from Boston that we can get to Boston
right.
it up, right?"
Right, exactly.
But I'm just gonna say, as a car enthusiast, I'm not quite sure how practical that feature is. Now, if you live in a big city where everybody parks like a jerk, I guess, but so the concept of the commercial was John Krasinski, who everybody knows as Jim Halpert from the Office. So we had Jim Halpert from The Office, or Jack Ryan is his
Jack Ryan. That's his new. That's his new.
And Captain America, Chris Evans,
Chris Evans,
and then Big Poppy leaning out the window.
Big Poppy, Ortiz, yeah.
Okay,
and the girl was from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I forget her name. I apologize to you, lady, whoever you are. I forget, but anybody help us out here. If you're watching, add a comment to who she was. But she was parking the car. Yeah,
right. But if you pull that car in, so the whole concept is he had a key fob and he did something, and the car just basically slid in after he got out because it was too tight of a space for him to get his door open, and it parked itself.
Right.
Okay, but those other guys around you, if they don't have that feature, they're going to be banging your doors up, I mean, or they're just not going to be able to get in their car.
Yeah. It's true.
Great commercial. Just not sure I would care.
Well, I told you where I like that technology is from where, like, what is it? The Summons technology, the Tesla. It's right. It's similar to that and everything. Yeah. Like you were saying. So remember we've always talked about the joke where people intentionally park real close to you.
Yeah.
And then Tesla had the commercial. Right. Tesla had the commercial. This is where this sort of thing does come in handy. Yeah. Where people do park like idiots beside you and don't give you any room. Just some of the things. So
okay, so
give a shout out to Danya. Hey Danya, how are you doing? Old friend from Nashville. And my friend Michelle, she's on. Michelle, hi. Michelle Vest, she's a good friend.
By the way, I will take this opportunity to thank you guys for checking in, and please make sure you give us a thumbs up, a like. If you're watching this on the YouTube side, ring the bell for notifications. Please think about hitting that subscribe button. The thumbs up on YouTube that lets YouTube know to recommend us to other people. So it's a big favor to us. We appreciate that. We're streaming this on Facebook as well. Thumbs up there if you will. Okay, so
totally unrehearsed.
Right. So but we've always wanted to do more of these, and I think we probably will as time goes by. So the Doritos commercial, okay, which my sister mentioned. Lil Nas X,
Lil Nas,
right?
Lil Nas. Oh,
Uh,
and one of my favorites with Sam Elliott, which I'm watching. I watched Sam Elliott on. Have you seen The Ranch?
yeah.
The,
So there isn't
oh,
anything that Sam. If you just all you have to do to get me to
oh,
watch whatever is to put Sam Elliott in it. He
he
did the
in
voiceover for Chevrolet trucks for the Silverado line for quite a while. I'm not sure if he's still
yes,
doing that.
yes, he did, and along with him and Bob Seger, man. I mean, two of the.
Yeah.
I mean, right? Yeah.
So the whole mustache thing, and then the horse dancing, and
right,
it's great, man.
Yeah, it's just great, man. Anything Sam Elliott does is great, man. Big Lebowski, he didn't have but what was it, just a couple of lines, and he was awesome.
Yeah,
right?
It didn't matter, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, Sam Elliott's just too cool, man, for his own self, man. He's just super cool. One of my favorite actors. One of my favorite actors.
So I was explaining to my son, like, this is classic cowboy. Like, if the stereotypical cowboy, if you need a cowboy figure to put into a movie, Sam Elliott is on that sort of list of just tough guy, modern day cowboys. Oh. And then you got the current cowboy, right? Mm-hmm. Which is the current version of
right.
Heavy girl power theme throughout the night, which
for sure,
totally fine. I mean, good for them.
Halftime show, dude, was just like blew my mind. It was so good,
I'm not sure, and this is all over Twitter today. It's been very divisive. I'm not sure if you're going to send a message of girl power in the commercials, how wise it was to have the halftime entertainment be basically a bunch of women up there shaking their asses on, television. But I'm not in charge of these things.
Yeah. No, it's where we're at. I saw some posts on Facebook, about how they may have been a little too revealing. Kids are watching and that sort of stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, that's, you have to have your own opinion about that. I understand it's entertainment, and, with entertainment, you're going to get some risque stuff, and it is what it is. It's a show. And I thought it was very well done. I was talking to my wife about it during the thing going, this is where we're at. It's so good and well produced. Very good. The dancing was great. The choreography, the whole 9 yards was just fantastic. She loved it. I like J-Lo anyway, man. I think she's just like the cat's meow, man.
So I gotta say,
it's pretty awesome too. So,
and the commercial she did was pretty great. J-Lo. Did you see that one where they're in the Hard Rock Hotel?
Yeah.
So I gotta say, like, anybody that can get up there and let's get into the halftime show here in just a few minutes, full on. But anybody that can get up on stage in a live performance in shoes like that and dance around without breaking an ankle. Right. That's more difficult than some of what was going on the field, man.
She's spinning around on a pole. I mean, just all this stuff. It's
So here, comments overheard during the halftime show in my living room.
At your living room. Okay.
I'm just standing off to the side, not saying much, trying to take it all in. And she's, comes down on that pole, and there's something my wife says. My son goes, "Hey, I like that pole. That's cool." And mom goes, "Have you seen girls dancing on poles before?" And he goes, "Yeah." It's 10.
Surprise. Right. So I'm getting some comments from two friends of mine, and they happen to be young ladies. The pole might have been a little much, but Cirque du Soleil uses poles. Everyone needs to calm down. I agree with that. Amy, thank you for that.
It is a common dance troupe. Tool
it is. Well, Danya says it's no worse than Dancing with the Stars. They hardly wear clothes each week during prime time. And that's true as well. And it's funny that she says that, because I said to my wife that, the reason why this thing is, we're living in a world of reality TV, man. This is why this stuff is so good. The production is so good, because you got all these reality shows about dancing, like Dancing with the Stars. And, it's just good stuff, man.
Unfortunately, as is reality TV, a lot of it is scripted. Now, oh boy, so you basically have two two schools of thought for halftime performances.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you with 100% certainty that every single sound coming out of that halftime show yesterday was pre-recorded.
Oh,
There
absolutely.
was no live singing, live playing at all. And if you don't believe me, go have a cell phone conversation with somebody and climb some stairs and
That's
see
right,
how it
Keith.
sounds.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is unlike what Prince did several years ago.
So what you find is the older guys, the rock guys, like Aerosmith during the Grammys, which was last weekend, they were live, and it was a little pitchy because it's live. It's not perfect, but those guys are they're pros. And so here's the argument, and I get it. This is it's a halftime show. It's entertainment. Yep. And you get a higher level of mobility when you can dance around and it's pre-recorded. I get it. You've got really two schools of thought on that. Your older musician crowd, they're like Tom Petty. When Tom Petty did the halftime show, that sang it live. I think Springsteen did a while back. He did his live too. So guys that have done thousands of shows and they can deal with that reverb in the arena and basically the nerves of a halftime show and all that. A lot of times they're musicians and that's their thing, and they're not as mobile, and there's not as much glitter and pyro and all that, you know. And you're going to get them doing a live performance, and then you're going to get the more mobile crowd, the dance groups, you know, that's going to be more of a pre-recorded performance.
Sure. Yeah. So, you get what you get.
Yeah. To each their own. If that's your thing, you know, it has value. It has entertainment value as well. I'm not.
Yeah. It's entertainment. So yeah, for sure. So let's talk about a few other commercials, man. I had a couple more. I got a ton more. I liked a lot of them, but let me bring this one out. Did you see the one? It was the SodaStream commercial.
Oh, with the guy on Mars.
The guy on Mars, the water. And he
yeah,
that was great. And then he comes out and he's chugging it. Oh, that's the water from Mars. He goes, oh, I thought it said Mark. That's that's awesome, man. I busted it. That was a good one.
Yep. If you can remember what the product was, that commercial has done its job. I remembered that Groundhog Day was a Jeep. Obviously the SodaStream thing, the Doritos commercial. I'm getting kind of hungry now. The Hyundai commercial with the Boston Boys and it was that what was her name? It'll come to me by the end of the show. The Saturday Night Live. Actor.
Yeah, I forget her name, man. That's terrible that I did that. I had a look.
Facebook with the groups thing, which clearly they are now pushing groups because it's a business they can drive, as we know, because they market to us. They can make money from promoting. If you're a business, if you're a group, you can put ads on Facebook, and those are paid ads. And so the whole, they started with Table Rock Lake, which is a lake I've fished in Missouri, and then they ended, of course, with Rocky Balboa on the steps. But that was the Facebook groups.
Man, I tell you what.
And Chris Rock, come on, man. I mean, who are you expecting?
Hey, man, Sly Stallone, I mean, is it me, or did he just look like he had a lot of work done, man?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I mean, that was when he turned around and looked at the screen. I'm like, whoa, that was kind of
his face moves even less than it did when he was in Rocky.
Adrian, I did it.
I mean, it doesn't move. The last Rambo movie should not have been made. It was came out last year.
Yeah, I agree with you. So here's another one that I liked.
Okay,
and I think that it sends a very, very strong message. The Snickers Feed the World ad.
Yeah,
where they're talking. Yeah. And the whole premise is, fix the world, man. There's something wrong with the world. And they were talking about
Coke did
the
that
autocorrect.
I'd like to teach the world to sing, right?
So this is Snickers trying to fix the world.
Yeah.
And by dumping a big Snickers down the hole into the earth.
Well, it wasn't that the ad where in the beginning there's like a smart device, like a home tabletop device that says I'm not spying on you. Exactly.
And all these little devices are running around saying that, but they go on to talk about auto texting, and we've had that conversation about you could literally have a conversation with someone and they would not even know what you're saying or typing or whatever, and that's how that works. But I thought at the end it was that capped it off was the selfie in the hole. and they fall in, and the dude's like, "Oh, look, it's already working." So anyway, I thought that was a solid message saying what's wrong with the world, man, with all this social networking and selfies, and we're people. Here's a public service announcement from the Parks County Gurus. Take a step back and smell the roses, man. Go drink a cup of coffee and relax and take in the world for a minute and stop. Just put the phones down. Stop texting. Stop. Of course, right now we want you to watch because you can use your smart devices and be on Facebook and be on YouTube all you want because we're live. So I'll give them that.
I tried to get the music queued up for you. I didn't do it in time.
You get some tunage?
Are you hearing it?
I heard a little bit. Yeah.
I've got it turned down pretty low. Here, you can hear it now. No, I
can't hear it.
All right.
Oh, I did a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so I had it turned down too low.
So
I'll
what's
that, Jay? I'm on it.
Okay. So do you have a couple of more favorites? I've picked a couple that I threw in there.
So man, I've got some I wanna just talk about. So the Tom Brady
Rachel Danya has filled me in. It's Rachel Dratch from
SNL.
Yeah, SNL. Thank you, Danya. I appreciate that. Rachel Dratch. Yeah, there you go. She's funny, man.
Yeah. So Hulu with Tom Brady apparently announcing that he's coming back or he's not going anywhere. Like he's not retiring, and he chose to do that in a Hulu commercial, I guess.
Well, he's making money, dude.
Now, I would too. Disney acquired Hulu, right?
Yeah.
So that's now speaking of Disney Plus and Hulu.
Speaking of Disney, and we'll get into the list of how much of an impact that Disney had during this campaign as well, when we get into the list of movies that were being promoted during this thing, which we need to go back to at some point.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Let's hit that in a minute.
Yeah. So what else? What else you got?
Okay, so one of the things we missed, the opening sequence, which was kind of a follow-up to the last year's opening, I feel like, with all the guys. Remember, they were all sitting at like a banquet, and it was all the like Hall of Famers. And this year they did the Take It to the House thing with the little kid where they got,
Loved it. Yeah.
My favorite moment in that commercial was the old 49ers quarterback telling the current day 49ers quarterback, we take my luggage.
Yes, put that. They're like, take it to the. Yeah, he's like, because the theme was take it to the house, kid. Right? Jim Brown in the beginning, sitting on the bench. Take it to the house, kid. That's when it started. And the kid looks like a little Odell Beckham Jr. man with the hair dyed and everything, which is cool, very cool. Everybody has their hero in football, and I'm just assuming that's one of his, just based on the fact that he's got the same hairstyle, which is very cool. I like Odell. He's a cool dude. But anyway, great receiver. So yeah, it's that whole 100 years of NFL 100. Take it to the house and Joe Montana and then Steve Young and Jimmy Garoppolo standing outside the hotel, and Joe says take it. No, it was Steve says take it to the house, and then Joe's like, no, take that to the car, kid. And he's talking to Jimmy Garoppolo, which is. And unfortunately, Jimmy, you will not join the ranks of those two gentlemen because you didn't get a ring last night.
Here's you ready for trivia time, Jay? This is the easy one.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Name the quarterback living, still alive today.
Okay.
Who has played for both teams that were in the Super Bowl yesterday?
That would be Joe Montana.
There you go.
Yep. Sure did, man. Yeah, which is very cool. Now, another one of the Super Bowl champion 49ers, Jerry Rice, was on the field last night.
Saw that.
I love Jerry Rice, such a competitor. And I think that every wide receiver out there wants to do what Jerry Rice achieved. But he played for the Seattle Seahawks at one time himself, and I think for a very short stint. I think that's the case. But yeah, I thought it was really cool. To see Dan Marino, Peyton Manning, Steve Young, Joe Montana, all those great quarterbacks that are still alive on the field together. That was great, man. A lot of those guys are my all-time fan. I mean, Dan Marino, though, man, for real is like the bomb.
So well, yeah. He's like the one great one that just should have a ring that doesn't.
Yeah.
right? He's never won a Super Bowl, right?
No.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Famer, though. He came close, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just the best. I mean,
Against Montana. He played against
Yeah.
Montana in like the early 80s. All right. So
Yep.
let's go on to, I've got a question for you on this Mr. Peanut thing. I saw that ad
Mhm.
and my wife loved it and my son loved it. And I was sort of like, I don't really get this. Like, what
Yeah.
you wanna try to
Well,
explain this?
I think I think the whole intention was to basically kill off Mr. Peanut. And, there was a bigger campaign, and I'm not real sure. I don't know if they've aired later so people could understand where they were going with it, but there was a little bit of a controversy. Not so much controversy, but the timing was not as good as it should have been, and rest in peace, Kobe and his daughter and everyone else on that aircraft that went down. And that was a lot of the reason why planners pulled some of the ad out. I think the whole intention was to kill him off and move on. But then I guess the rebirth, and I they're going to start all over with a baby Peanut. I don't know. We're going to find out. Did you get it?
I mean, I'll be paying attention if that was their goal. I guess mission accomplished. But I sort of walked away from that what are you?
Well, some of these companies, like planters. Do you really need to advertise, man? I mean, you guys are. I mean, peanuts. Are going to be purchased. I mean, that's a lot of money. Did you by chance? What was the average cost of an ad?
Like 50. So according to the infographic that they ran at the beginning of the, that Fox put up, it was it was like $5,700 or $5,800 for a 30-second commercial.
Right.
And anyway, yeah. So
hey, Bob Perkins, my old roommate from the Air Force, my barracks mate, says that I need to do something about this gray. So unfortunately, brother Bob, it ain't going nowhere.
We could shave his head on you want to do we get to like 1,000 subscribers and we'll shave your.
Now, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will take a challenge on that. I'll have to think about what that challenge would be. I would shave my head for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So yeah, some of these ads were sort of pointless, and some of them were just funny, entertaining. The guys with the dancing and the knees. I'm not going to be able to do it.
That was the TurboTax TikTok.
Yeah,
I don't get.
It was entertaining, but yeah,
it's just a timing thing for them.
Amazon,
they know what time
strangely absent from all over the past few years, all over the commercials. But not much of a presence.
Well, now Alexa got with the Ellen DeGeneres thing, the history of Alexa. You saw that, didn't you?
That one.
Oh, you didn't. You got to see that one. Okay, right. So basically, it's Ellen DeGeneres and her wife coming out of their house. They're getting ready to leave the house, right? And she says, "Alexa, please put on whatever music or whatever." They were leaving or turning something off or whatever, and she says, "I wonder what they used to do without Alexa." And then the history and time, and they go back. Alexa, please, okay. Do this, do that, so it's pretty funny. They go way back in time with that. And
this is why I recorded it, so I can go back and check that stuff out.
Yeah, you need to, but it was pretty funny. So at the end of it, they go way back to like medieval times. And there's this princess or whatever, and she has a pigeon, like a homing pigeon that she's named Alexa or whatever, and lets it go, and then all of a sudden this flying dragon comes in and eats it. It's pretty good.
Oh, that's great.
So
great.
There's your
there's
your present.
One other one that you've got up here that I've got to check out. So let's do this. Let's do 2 more of these, and then we'll do a little commercial break. We'll talk about a sponsor, and then I want to get into the movies that you have listed out. Okay.
Yeah.
So Rainn Wilson, you may know him as Dwight Schrute from The Office and this Little Caesars commercial.
Oh,
which I'm
sliced bread,
thrilled
man.
because I'm a huge pizza fan that Little
Mhm.
Caesars is now delivering, and it's better than slice. I mean, who would have thought? Like, let's have him be the president of sliced bread, right, or the CEO, or
Right.
whatever, right? Like,
That's great.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty
What?
clever, man.
Well, I've always wanted to know what the meaning was behind being better than sliced bread. You know? So there you go. They
Well, apparently the sliced bread organization is in trouble now.
right.
Little Caesars.
Who
is
knew, man?
delivering.
Who knew, man? Yeah. Yeah. Who knew? That's pretty
Uh,
good. I loved it as well. Yeah. What about the Mountain Dew one? Mountain
okay.
Dew Zero.
Didn't see it. Didn't see it.
Oh, it's really good. So it's a spoof on The Shining, and Bryan Cranston.
Did see it. It threw me off because it was Bryan Cranston, and I was like,
Yeah.
but see, I did not remember that was tied to Mountain Dew. I was so disturbed by
Mountain Dew
Cranston
Zero.
trying to be Jack
Nicholson. Well, but he was not only was he that, he was also the twins, the little girl twins as well, dressed up as those. Yeah, it was pretty funny, man.
Cranston's a great actor.
Oh, he's great. Yeah, he can do anything, man. Let's see, what else do we have? We had
the avocado ad. I missed that one.
Oh. So the avocado ad. This is fantastic, man. Molly Ringwald was
okay. Now I remember it. Okay, but
yeah.
see, you did a bad job. If I don't remember that it was for avocados, you failed.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I get. Well, it stuck out with me because first thing this morning, I'm like, I love because I have avocado on my toast quite a bit.
You went. I need some avocado toast, Molly Ringwald.
Right. They have the carry. Everything is all of these accessories for your avocado, your baby avocado, like a carrier and what else do they have? A carrier. I've got it written down here, man. See, I did my homework, man. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Yeah. Oh yeah, here it goes. So he had the tortilla chip pool float. They had the avocado matching travel collection for little suitcases for the avocado.
Yeah, the little baby. Yeah, I remember that. That was
had an avocado music box. Had an avocado yurt.
Those are like a little bit more permanent than tents. If you're not familiar with the yurt thing.
Yeah. Also had an avocado helmet for your avocado when you're out riding your bike. And they're a passenger on. It's pretty funny.
Right.
And then they were giving away Molly Ringwald at the end of it. So, or a chance to buy Molly Ringwald at the end.
Right.
Yeah. So there you go.
So actually, I'm going to see if I can do this in relative real time, Jay. Okay, so right here on my desk.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've talked about this. I'm pretty excited. Got a new product we want to feature. Okay. Yep. Jay, I think you know about this one here. I'm gonna unbag it.
Okay. I do, man. I think it's awesome.
I stumbled on this and I was like, you know what? This is something we gotta promote. Okay. Right here, I'm going to put a link to where you can find these guys, but this is dehydrated water, and it is the best. There are so many different applications for this that I really can't even, where to start, but super lightweight. Okay. If you are, if you're camping, you're backpacking.
Hey, Lupe. Hey, Deanna.
Dehydrated water, perfect companion because it doesn't weigh as much as a can full of water, right? I mean, carry a couple of them with you in your car. There is literally no expiration date on this thing. Okay, so they're good as long as you can keep
right. You would want to have a can of that in your like survival shelter.
Yep, absolutely.
For sure.
You want to have quite a few of them.
Yeah.
100% organic, BPA free, gluten free, contains no artificial colors or flavors. We're gonna put a link to this on the website. It's got instructions on the back. It tells you how to use it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where should we put this? And I will try to get this up by the time we're done with the broadcast. Do you want to do it on a mention on the podcast? Or
I think so. Yeah, just a link on mention on the podcast.
Get this on Amazon. I will put a link on our website, which is partscounterguru.com. Look for the mentioned on the podcast tab, and I will show you where you can buy this stuff. It's pretty cool. And if you kind of click through there and put it in your shopping cart and buy it within 24 hours, we get a little bit of an affiliate credit, which helps us with bandwidth and broadcasting costs.
Yeah.
So
absolutely, man, because it's you guys, we appreciate you watching this stuff too, because to do this, it costs us a little, and that kind of helps us out when you go buy something there on Amazon.
It doesn't have to be the dehydrated water. If you're going to do any shopping on Amazon,
be anything.
Go to partscounterguru.com, look in the upper right-hand corner of the site. There's a little Amazon banner. Click on that. Then go do your shopping. It doesn't cost you anymore, but we get a little bit of affiliate credit.
Yeah, if you're with
production costs.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're a Patriots fan, man, and you're missing Tom in the Super Bowl this year, I'm sure you can find a cardboard stand-up of Tom Brady on Amazon. So please feel free to go through and
there you go.
Click on there and go search and put it in your basket and buy it. Hey, it helps us out, man. Thank you, Tom.
Okay, so do you want to talk about? I'm gonna give you a choice, Jay. Would you rather talk about the movies and get into those a little bit, or the halftime?
Yeah, let's get into the movies real quick, and then we'll save the halftime show for. Well, I don't know, man. Would you conclude on a movie, or would you conclude on a halftime?
I think we can wrap it up on the halftime show.
I think so too, because there's a lot of good messages there. So let's talk about these movies, man. We had a list of those.
Which one you want to go after first?
Well, I know you're a big fan of Black Widow. We already talked about Top Gun and Maverick.
The one thing that I did not mention about the Top Gun was Miles Teller is the actor portraying Goose's son in this upcoming Maverick movie. And there is so up until now, we haven't really known what that relationship in the movie is going to be like. But did you hear the quote of Miles Teller's voice in the trailer yesterday and what he said?
I didn't. No, I did not.
He said, "My dad trusted you. I'm not going to make the same mistake." You hear his voice.
Yes. I remember that. Absolutely. Yes.
So they're going to be not on good terms, clearly, at least for a while. And so Black Widow, right?
Yeah.
So Marvel's been working on this for a while. The big question that my son brought up, and I'm just gonna spoiler alert, if you have not seen Avengers Endgame, just mute right now or do this number and I'll give you the sign, when it's clear to come back. But my son says, "Hey, didn't she die in the last movie?" And see, now they have sort of opened a door to either one of two things is possible here. Either this is going to be a prequel,
right?
Meaning it's going to go back in time and be set before the events of Avengers Endgame, or she didn't actually die.
Right.
And
right.
All right. So those of you that have you can come back now. So what did you think about the trailer? I mean, it's got
it's really good, man.
What's his name from Hawkins, Indiana, from Stranger Things?
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah.
David.
And I got to tell you, I haven't seen the whole series. I've watched a few episodes, but I really need to binge watch that thing on Netflix.
Stranger Things. Oh my God, dude! It's
Stranger Things. Yeah. I know. But there's just so many to choose from. I mean, look, you and I just started the new Picard.
Yeah.
On CBS All Access, which is fantastic, by the way. And if any of you have not started watching that series yet, you need to. If you're interested in artificial intelligence at all, you need to watch this one. But I saw there was a huge Disney presence yesterday throughout
they
the
own
entire.
It's like the Budweiser cooler. When you go into a beer, the grocery store, the convenience store. Like something like 50% of all the beer products are Anheuser-Busch owned. And Disney's kind of like trying to do that same philosophy at the movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's insane. Wonder Woman was
so I didn't see that trailer, but I've seen several of the previous ones. It's Wonder Woman 1984. I've seen the trailers. I'm in. I'm there to see it. I love the last one. Was there anything different in this one?
No. Not that I could tell. I mean, it was the same. I mean, nothing special about that one. It was really kind of a bit of a hidden track, really, for ads go.
What about
for the kids?
Yeah.
How about for the kids, man? The SpongeBob, Sponge on the Run, and the Minions.
Didn't see the SpongeBob trailer. Missed that one.
Yeah.
Saw the Minions.
Sonic. What about the Sonic the Hedgehog?
Didn't see it, but we have seen it before. So I've seen the trailer before.
So that was a good one.
Mulan, my family's excited about
Mulan. I am as well. That's another one. Then you had the Marvel Studios ad that ran. What about the Invisible Man?
Didn't see it. Tell me about it. Live action, cartoon. What do we got?
Yeah. It's gonna it's not cartoon. It's live action, man, and it's gonna be a little intense, I think. I always loved the Invisible Man movies way back. The original ones. I think this is going to be a very interesting one, man. So I'm pretty pumped for that.
Do you remember who is cast in it?
No. I mean, to me. Yeah. I mean, dude, I'm so terrible with like current actors' names, man. You put them in front of me, then I go, oh yeah, that's so and so. So I didn't pull that, but there was if you want to pull that one up, are you pulling it up on the names at all? Invisible Man cast.
Let's see. I got it.
Let's give them some love, man. I mean, we can't do this without
now,
that.
And they may not have all of the actors disclosed. It's coming out this year, 2020. But here
I got
confirmed actors.
It's March.
Go ahead.
March 28th is when the movie comes out.
Okay, so that's right around the corner. Okay. Oliver Jackson Cohen, Aldous Hodge, Michael Dorman, Storm Reed, Harriet Dreyer, Molly Golden. I don't know any of these people.
Yeah. And maybe that's why nothing jumped out at me. I didn't see anybody that I recognized through the trailer. But yeah, so there was that. Did you see the Amazon original series that's going to be coming out with Al Pacino?
Yeah, my wife's pretty excited about that one. I'm sort of like, we'll see.
Well, it's called Hunters.
Yeah.
And they're basically looking for Nazis. Within society. And the series starts February the 21st, and that's an Amazon original on Prime.
Interesting parallel there with current, the current times and kind of it's just interesting. And back to the Picard thing, they're doing the same thing. They're paralleling kind of pop culture, like just life storylines, with all the AI and what's going on today.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, man. Wow, there's so many people, a lot of people jumping in here, man. This is
guys,
good. Thank you guys for saying hi. We've got. I think that Amy is going to be buying a can of the dehydrated water.
I'm working on the link right now.
Yeah. So. There you go. Get that up if you don't mind, so they can buy that.
I'm on it.
So, another one as you're doing that, that I'm really interested in. I'm a James Bond movie fan.
Okay.
Fanatic.
Yep,
I mean, my favorite Bond is Sean Connery of all time. I really liked Pierce Brosnan.
I did as well, even though
of course I met Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, I remember that story.
I met Pierce Brosnan. He was on location filming at an Air Force base in England, and he was down at the local pub. And the movie was called Fourth Protocol with Michael Caine, and it was filmed on the base I was stationed at. But I met him down at imagine this. I met him down at a pub having a beer, got his autograph, having a pint. Of a pint of Carling Black Label, as a matter of fact. It was my favorite beer while I was here. Speaking of beers, okay, I've got to give a shout out to my friends up in the great state of Michigan for Bell's Brewing. You happened to be in a beer store and you had Bell's Brewing being sold there, and you had two to choose from, which was it was Two Hearted Ale.
Yes, got the fish on it. Hey,
yep, and then
point of clarification, Jay. It was not a beer store.
Ooh,
it was it was Red Dog Wine, and it was here in Franklin.
Spirits.
Yeah, wine and spirits.
Yeah, hey, Red Dog.
Anyway, they had the guy from Bell's there doing tastings.
Right.
Jay said, "Dude, get the Hop Slam," and I was like,
"Yes,
okay." So I've
got to have the Hop Slam. So shout out to all my friends up in Michigan and Indiana who love that stuff. And feel free to, hire the bandit and send me some out here.
By the way, I almost sent you a picture of me doing that. The dehydrated water is now up on the mentioned on the podcast page. How's that in real time? I got it up.
All right. Okay, everybody.
So go. You want to tell them where to go to find it?
Yes, everybody. So check us out. Our website is partskinoguru.com. And when you go there to the upper left side, you'll have the drop-down menu where you can choose podcast links.
Yeah, it's mentioned on the podcast.
It's mentioned on the podcast. That's where you want to go for that particular product. And then we've got our YouTube channel icon up at the top right hand, as well as the Amazon banner as well that you can shop. All you got to do there is just click that, or you can click on the link that we'll give you there. It'd be easier just to click that link if you want that. So thank you for getting that up so quickly, Keith. We appreciate it, man. I know our fans do. So one other movie. Let's see. Yes, this one I have never seen the first one, but it looks intense. Maybe you know about it. It's called A Quiet Place Part 2. Did you see the first one?
So I believe that's John Krasinski, who was
the
Boston boy. And right. I did not see the first one, but I know of it and saw the trailers. And it's a horror film where if they make any noise, it attracts.
Looks pretty intense. Looks pretty intense. Yeah, I need to check out the first one before I see the second one. But that one looked appealing to me. So outside of I don't know, the Minions and SpongeBob for obvious reasons, and the Hedgehog. There's Fast and Furious 9. We didn't mention that one yet. That was.
I'm kind of done with those.
I'm not a Fast and Furious guy, but hey, I'm not knocking anybody who likes that stuff. It looks to be pretty action.
Here's
action
the parallel,
filled, no doubt.
Halftime show. If you're cool, it is the dancing to lip sync pre-recorded tracks version of car movies. It's all sort of stuff that can't really happen in real life, and it's all sort of CGI edited. Hey, it's entertainment. Right? It's supposed to be entertainment. I get it. Right.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's speaking of CGI, man, I texted you in the intro when they were introducing the 100 all team on the field. How about all those CGI graphics they were using for that presentation, man?
Right.
I was like, whoa, man, my eyes were hurting.
Right.
But they superimpose things, and it's pretty cool. I enjoy some of the graphics that they put up and stuff like that, man. But was there any other commercial that really kind of stuck out at you? There was, for me, I have one that really kind of, I think it touched a lot of people. It really got at my heartstrings because I completely get it.
WeatherTech.
Well, that's a good one too. We can. So let's talk about Scout.
So I was waiting for that one. Because I don't think you're going to say that the Humvee, the Hummer is, touched your heart, but I could be wrong. No. But so I was reminded that actually Scout the Golden Retriever was in WeatherTech's Super Bowl commercial last year. And
I didn't realize that.
I remember it. Now I remember it after seeing him.
Okay.
And,
okay.
Or it may not have been last year, it may have been the year before, but in one of the more recent Super Bowls. Okay.
Yeah.
And so we covered this story in, Jay, do you remember what video we talked about this? It was the Hummer video.
It was the Hummer. We just, because we spoke of what we knew was going to be coming down the pike. Some of the commercials we had seen.
Right.
And we said we'd do this live thing after. So here we go. Here's a follow-up right here.
So if you didn't catch this commercial, you can find it online. But basically, it's 7-year-old golden retriever of the I think he's the CEO of WeatherTech. He's the guy in charge.
That is correct. That's right.
Collapsed, and they found out that he had a tumor on his heart. They gave him like a month to live. I've kind of gone through some of this I had a golden retriever, and so. The University of Wisconsin, I think it's Madison, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. Yeah.
Their veterinary school put him through a lot of chemo and radiation and whatnot. And they have most of it in remission, and Scout's still around. And so as a thank you, this WeatherTech CEO takes out a $6 million 30-second Super Bowl ad.
Yeah.
Featuring Scout and just thanking
Right.
everybody
Yeah.
and asking people to donate to veterinary schools.
Right. Absolutely. And I think it was I can really appreciate him doing that. I mean, WeatherTech is a name that everybody, I mean, in the automotive world.
Yeah. If you're looking for
a great product,
all-weather floor mat, they've made great.
Yeah, absolutely. But for him to take the time to show how human he is, we all love our animals, man, and we'll do anything for our animals to keep them around and happy. And so to have an ad like that run, man, to see a human side to something for a change during an ad was really good. So I'm appreciative of him bringing that to the attention of the rest of the world. Which, speaking of, what I understood that it was over 100 million people watching that Super Bowl. And
how's that for ratings? Yeah,
that's man, over 62,000 in the stadium. So
well, but that one guy was
imagine?
sleeping, so it's like 50.
Yeah, the one guy was crashed, man.
900 and
99 bottles of
right.
beer on the wall. Yeah, there you go.
All right,
yeah.
So the other one that moved you, which I may not have seen, are you going MC Hammer Cheetos? What was?
Man, yeah, the MC. Did you see that one?
I'm just throwing you curveballs. What? There was another one you were going to talk about.
Oh well, the other one that pulled my heartstrings was the Google Assistant. Remember Loretta? So it was the guy who was just talking to Google Assistant, saying, remember, how we always love to have this, and we always love to take walks, and this was her favorite spot, and I thought that was that shows some of the things where if technology is used in the right way, that for that guy, that means a lot to him, man. And watching that, I was like, that was, you wish you had that, but it can be, what you think it kind of creepy or too AI-ish?
All right. So we have to kind of full disclosure here. You and I both have some kind of close experiences with mental, like just dementia, Alzheimer's. And
can I stop you for just 1 second, man?
Yeah.
And we'll talk about this. Can I?
These live streams, man.
This is a live stream, and I apologize for stopping you. But Amy, my good friend Amy, she thinks we should be talking about the good food at her party. Grape jelly, barbecue meatballs.
Amy.
Yeah, we weren't there, Amy. I never got an invite. What's going on here?
And we'll show up. You better be, careful when you send out those invitations.
She says it was off the chain. So that lingo that.
So I don't know, man. It was a good commercial and it moved me. And you and I have both been through some of this with the elderly, but I was just it was a down. Like, I don't want to be thinking about that in the middle of, a Super Bowl. That just,
well, I think it's just showcasing a soft side or a human side too, which is not really human. It's artificial intelligence.
Well, and the Saturday Night Live version of that is closer to reality, which you and I both know, which is your parent trying to figure out how to use an AI assistant. Yeah, right.
Right. Yep. So what's just kind of interesting. Gosh, man. So, yeah. So speaking of food, did you have anything interesting to eat?
Yeah. So we made, we've become really big, immersion cooker and Instant Pot fans. And, we did,
are you talking about sous vide stuff?
Yeah. Sous vide immersion cooker.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. It's immersion. That's the brand name. Like Drywall is, a brand name, right?
So whose opinion I want on, whose opinion I really want on that immersion cooking?
Yeah.
Tim Moffitt over at A-Town Bistro.
Okay.
I wonder if he's worked. I'm sure he has, but I'd like to get his thoughts on that.
Best steaks I've ever had, man.
My son tells me that he's enjoying using it, so I can't say. I mean, I've never eaten anything cooked. We did
the pressure cooker last night and did Colorado enchiladas, which
Amy says just show up next time. So.
Okay.
So you had what now? What did you say? What, the enchiladas you said?
Colorado enchiladas. Yeah.
God, it can't be bad, man.
Oh, it was.
Can't be bad.
It was one. Leftovers don't always go over, but those are like it's totally fine as many times as you want to do it as a leftover.
I had a 32-ounce T-bone steak, guys. Yep. Call me post-colon.
Right. Okay, so let's see. I mean, did we miss any car? Porsche had a nice EV commercial, I thought.
The Porsche, the heist commercial was fun to watch.
We would be remiss if we didn't cover the Hummer because
we have to. That was one of the reasons why we wanted to see how. Honestly, the
Julian
ads are quite.
Says they're all doing sous vide at his work. Hey, Julian.
Oh, he's watching on YouTube. Hey, Jules.
Yeah.
So.
And they can do cheesecake in it too, which I have not done yet, but I've heard and read, and it's on the list of things to try.
So, what about air fryers? Have you used an air fryer? Yeah, I've had people try that. Man, I'm not real sure on it. It's kind of like, dehydrated food.
If I'm gonna fry food, I'm just gonna use my deep fryer. I just, health wise, it's like, it's still fried. It's come on.
If I'm going to eat fried food, man, I'm going down to Vagabond Station here in town, man. Those guys put some chicken in the vat, buddy.
Yep.
They know what they're doing.
Julie and I, so the eggs thing, I will actually do like a whole dozen and throw them in. I've actually got the tray insert, like the silicone tray insert, and then you just throw them in the fridge and you've got them for a week or whatever. Yeah. So that's the pressure cooker. All right. So Hummer.
Lucky Charm crack crispy treats.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Amy made some Lucky Charm.
I'm starving. This is just
the rice. She made Rice Krispie treats. Man, I saw her post on Facebook, but she put Lucky Charms in there as well with the marshmallows. That can't be bad, man. I mean, that's like sugar overload, but I'll take it.
That's for people in states where marijuana is legal, right?
Yeah. Correct.
All right.
The entire
Hummer.
West Coast.
Hummer. I gotta say, this might have been one of the most well-played maneuvers from a marketing standpoint of anyone this year. In that GM released this news on Thursday before the Super Bowl. Thursday night? Okay.
Yes.
And so we jumped all over it on Friday and recorded a video on it, and that went out before the Super Bowl. And you can go watch that. It's on our YouTube channel, which is if you're watching this on Facebook, you don't know. If you're watching it on YouTube, you know. But it's youtube.com/partscountergurus. I've been saying Parts Counter Gurus, but that's not resolving. So go with Parts Counter Gurus, and that'll get you there. Yeah. But then when I actually saw the commercial, I went, okay, we've sort of been there, done that. But it didn't matter because as far as GM was concerned, they did not have to fight with everyone else spending $6 million for a 30-second time slot. They got their stuff noticed 3 days ahead of time.
That's right.
And then the commercial came out and everybody went, oh yeah, okay, well I'll look for that.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, ooh.
Yeah.
The ooh happened on Friday.
Yeah, it really did. And I didn't even know that LeBron James was going to be part of that until yesterday. I read something on it. Where did I put that? It was, let's see. Yeah. So what? You guys, this is real live time. Jay fumbling through his notes stuff here. So
go through your notes. I'm going to do one more plug. If you have not, I'll unbag it one more time. If you just joined us, over on our website, we've got a link to this. It's partscounterguru.com. Click on the mentioned on the podcast tab at the top, and there's it'll say from the live Super Monday stream. But we've got a new product that we're promoting. It's dehydrated water. This is great for I think about like camping and outdoor use, but you can carry, in your emergency kit, carry a couple of these in your car. But it's got a lot going for it. For one thing, it's a whole lot lighter than regular water in terms of the weight to carry around. 100% organic, BPA free, gluten free, contains no artificial colors or flavors. I'm going to get through this, but It's a cool product. Check it out. You can find the link to buy it by going to our website. Again, partscounterguru.com. Find the mention on the podcast link.
That's it.
And you will see the picture. Check it out.
That's awesome, man. That's a great find on that stuff, man. It's
Yeah,
going to
thanks,
really
man.
help a lot of people out that are camping or something. You know, Rothmeyer needs to
be a perfect candidate for it.
Get it. Yep, he
Might
would.
even
Actually,
we
we
could video with it.
Yeah, do a product review on that for us. But so what I was going to say was tied to the Hummer was the LeBron James thing. Yeah. So you know, throughout the whole ad campaign, it was the quiet or the quiet revolution was what, or the silent revolution or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then with the LeBron James thing, it was sounds like pure dominance. So I'm hoping
they're getting kind of
they're poking their chest out, especially when you're coming into a market of EVs where you already have Rivian just really coming on strong. Bollinger, who is a very high priced version of a EV truck. You got Ford F-150 that's slated to come out. GM is not only working on the Hummer, but they're also working on a all electric Silverado. And then you've got Ford also releasing, you know, this, what they call an SUV, Mustang SUV, which the Mach-E is actually, in my opinion, it's really kind of a crossover. So that's a whole other subject. But so I think that if they, of course, now they're releasing the truck first, I think is what they said. And there's going to be an SUV version of this thing as well. But it comes with, they boasted the 1,000 horsepower, which is pretty significant.
So selling points, very strong. 1,000 horsepower, probably, as Jay said in the Hummer video we did, probably 4 motors, 1 for each wheel. Okay,
absolutely. So all-wheel drive makes sense.
Yep.
And then from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
Okay,
which
so fast.
Also further solidifies the fact that they're going to have 4 motors on this thing.
Yeah.
And then the torque of 11,500 foot-pounds of torque, which is pretty significant as well. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
And
the quiet, super quiet.
Oh, super quiet. Yeah, points. Of course. Yeah.
So those are the things they're pushing out as why you should buy a Hummer, right? Like that. Maybe I don't know what kind of horsepower the Cybertruck's going to have, but maybe some of these other guys won't have all. That's always the pickup truck game. Is we've got more boxes checked than the other guys in terms of what we can do.
Hey, Charlie Drawdy.
So we'll see. But it's clever of them to use the Hummer brand to do this, and it generates some excitement, and it's ooh, wow.
Well, as you and I said in our video last week, if you guys haven't watched our Hummer video, it's out there on YouTube. It's youtube.com, Parts Counter Gurus. You can find that there. But what we were speaking of in that was, they've got a lot to overcome in this market if they're going to make this thing attractive to people. You haven't heard anything about price yet, and or anything outside of the fact that it's just a truck and it's a Hummer. But they killed this thing off. They killed this thing a long time ago, man, when they came out with the H3.
The engine sucked, and they were just trying to basically win in a unwinnable fuel economy game. And they, made sacrifices and cut corners to the engine to try to accomplish that. And that was the wrong direction. I mean, I understand it was a financial crisis. Nobody was buying expensive, large vehicles.
Right.
Fine. But, So,
well, at least they didn't.
Ahead.
I mean, they killed it, but at least they didn't, abandon it,
Well, they tried to sell it. But
yeah, they tried to sell it to the Chinese. I know that, but that deal fell through, and sometimes things happen for a reason. This may be a really big deal for GMC, man. I don't know. We'll see. That remains to be seen with these electric trucks, because who started this thing was obviously Rivian, drawing the interest of both GM and Ford and Amazon and all these big companies to further grow this industry and this technology. And then all of a sudden you've got, all these new like the Ford Mach-E, and then the Ford F-150 coming out, and then of course Tesla Cybertruck, man, something straight out of a futuristic movie. I mean, it's appropriately named. So yeah, we'll see where it goes, man. I mean, they got their work now. The Bronco EV, man. That ought to be interesting.
Well, that's still a question mark, but yeah, we'll be on that. Okay, so let's wrap this up with a little halftime show.
Yeah. All right, people have been waiting for the halftime. Our opinion on that. I liked it. I loved it. I thought it was great.
That was good. It was entertaining.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, people are going to rank those, like, to compare them to all the previous halftime shows.
Right.
It wasn't my favorite. It wasn't the worst.
Right.
But yeah, it was fine. It's interesting, when you sit in a room with other people and you're like, okay, let's play a game of how many of these songs
Mm-hmm.
And everybody knew a couple from each of them. Like everybody knew a couple of Shakira. Oh, I know that Shakira song. Or,
I only knew
that
one. I only knew one, and that was "Hips Don't Lie." That was it. That was the only one I knew. And don't ask me how. I think it was playing in a bar
today on Twitter for a lot of political reasons that we're not going to get into. But yeah. So,
hey, I see. Well, no, I'm not going to go there either. I guess to the great state of Kansas won the.
Oh, right. Yeah. So this guy, okay. This is what was in my head. Okay. I wrote this down, and I don't mean to be like, this call me grandpa or old man or whatever. And I'm watching the halftime show and I'm like, let's see, I wrote it in here. Who is this? Where is it? Who is this clown in tinfoil rapping in the middle of the halftime show? Like,
yeah, he's
what?
Yeah. I've never seen that guy before, but they were bringing.
It's J Balvin,
right? Have you heard him before?
No, I don't even know. I don't know
how. Amy again, she's chiming in. She's been hanging in there with us, watching this whole thing, and she's been excited about the halftime chatter that we're going to have. But she said all the teens knew every single song at their house, which makes sense.
Okay. Well, my 10-year-old has no idea who he was.
Well, then what they need to do is they need to go watch that episode of Pop Song Professor.
Okay. Who he's going to be on the show, by the way, in a few weeks. The Pop Song Professor is going to do he's going to sit in on our podcast. We're going to do a podcast with him. So we're pretty excited.
And we're also, I think this Friday, we're going to be having guests out of Brazil on. Heavy metal band out of Brazil. They're out of Rio do Sul, Brazil, and Santa Catarina. They're big, kind of like I think they model themselves, or their influences are like Iron Maiden and Pantera and Sepultura, and we're gonna be talking to those guys.
It's good music, and we've got actually some of their music in the closing sequence of the Hummer video. By the way, speaking of Brazil,
which was good,
and I apologize if I mispronounced your name. Vinicius from Brazil is watching.
Yeah, that's we're gonna be interviewing him. Yeah. That's Vico.
Oh, Vico. Why didn't you say Vico? All right.
Right.
You should have told me it was a rum and coke. Okay. The whole Cuba Libre joke. Okay.
Right.
So anything else on the halftime show?
Yeah, I'd like to point out a couple of things, and I think it was very important that they did this. And I had, some people had said, why so much of the Latin influence? Well, everybody, hello, it's Miami. Yeah. I've seen some people ask about that. It's Miami. I mean, if you guys, let's go way back to many, many Super Bowls. You had the Miami Sound Machine, which was awesome, man. Man, what a great band. back in their prime.
Don't get me started.
Loved it. They started that whole movement, man. And I have to, I loved it. It was great. But most importantly, what I thought was
who was their backup singer? What was her name?
Gloria Estefan.
Yeah, I forget. It's a joke there. Yeah,
I know it, but that's who it's Gloria Estefan, right?
Yeah.
So, but I like the fact that J-Lo, incorporated the Puerto Rican flag.
Yeah.
Because absolutely, bringing attention to the fact that they are part of the United States, folks. They're not a state, but they are a part of the U.S. They are U.S. territory, and sometimes everybody overlooks that fact, and they've been through a lot of troubled times with hurricanes and earthquakes in recent years and months. And those folks are devastated, and which is going to tie back into another upcoming podcast that Keith and I are going to be talking about when it comes to EV batteries, renewable. Yeah, that we're going to be getting it.
I was going renewable there sources.
Yeah. So that's pretty important to have that, because they don't have the infrastructure like we have here in the U.S. And I really hope that we can get over there and straighten all that out. I have many, many friends and family that are Puerto Rican and have Puerto Rican background and heritage, and man, love their society, love their area. They're wonderful people, man, and hey, I'm glad for J-Lo holding that flag up, man, proudly. That was pretty awesome. So there you go.
Okay, so I
got a cousin. I got a cousin named Alberto Negron. Albie, if you're listening, my friend, my cousin.
Or if you listen in the future, I think we've just about covered most of it. I think it might be.
Have. Yeah, we have. So, here's what I'd like to close on. I had a lot of really good beer yesterday. What kind of beer did you drink?
Let's see. I started with.
Did you drink all the Hop Slam?
Oh no. That's 10% alcohol. I mean, one of those is, so let's see. I started with I think I had a Boulevard Wheat, Kansas City beer, appropriately.
Yep. There you go.
And then I had I had another Boulevard. Boulevard Wheat was the second one that I had. The first one that I had was a Boulevard limited run called Up All Night. It has coffee in it.
Right.
Which if you like those sort, it's almost like a porter. It's like a coffee. It's a little dark, but it was fantastic.
I bet Julian would.
I highly recommend that. Now Boulevard is not everywhere. They're hard to get. They're everywhere in the Midwest, but if you don't live in the Midwest, they're a little bit harder to get your hands on, which is why I always Jerry Reed smoking the Bandit some when I go through. I just fill up the back of the rig.
Right. So let me give you actually I had 5 different types of beers.
Okay.
So, and I mentioned 3.
Oh, I see what you just did there. Not saying you only had 5 beers, you just had 5 different types.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, correct. So, and I mentioned 3 of these. So there's a local brewery here. I'm going to give them a plug called North Sound Brewing. They're over in Mount Vernon. And they have a series of extremely hoppy IPAs. They just came out with then the mother of that beer is Hopsalicious. And the father of that beer is Hopsalute.
And I said,
I know, because Dad's ABV was 0.2 below Mom's ABV, but we all know who rules the house. So
now,
Mom,
my joke was that they need to have a granddad.
Yep.
See, this is where I need to be the beer namer.
You need to be. What were you going to call it? You texted me that, didn't you?
Yeah. Here, who can get to it?
I'll let them know that too.
Can you look it up?
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
So, Julian, actually, there is, if you can get your hands on this, just your comment made me think of this. If you can get your hands on Boulevard, and I don't know if you're going to be able to where you are, but they have it's called Jam Band, and it's seasonal. And what he said was that coffee porters were his jam, but there is ironically one called Jam Band. It's a little fruity, it's a little jamish, but it's interesting.
Yeah. Pops Hops.
Coppertail. Yeah, I've heard of them. Pops Hops. That's it. Yes.
Pop Hops, for the grandfather of the Hopsalicious, Hopsalute.
I mean, my
Hop
resume
Delight.
of being a skilled beer namer is
Yeah,
just throughout this show, one
beer
episode after the other.
Yep.
I just feel like people are. It's right there in front of you. You're missing out by not bringing me on as your beer namer.
Right.
Okay. So
also
that was your. That was your.
three.
Yeah.
Okay. The 3 steers, and I had Rainier Summit. That's what I started with. I always start with a Rainier Summit, man. And then I finished off the evening with several Georgetown Brewing out of Seattle, Lucille's.
Yep.
Great beer, man.
Yep.
Good beer. So
he's got Jam Band in his fridge right now. It's pretty good. It's different, but it's pretty good. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, he loves that stuff, man. Coppertail's a great brewer, man. It's not far from where he lives. Yeah. He's taken me over there. They had some fantastic like pork shanks, man, that I ate there one day. They were delicious. I love good food. Beer and food, man.
Yeah.
And football. But now it's hockey season. It's time to move on to hockey. So I'm ready.
Pitchers and catchers report. Okay. Do you want to do some of this social /
Yeah. Okay. So everybody, thank you once again for joining us today. And we did this through a neat little technology. We'll give these guys a plug. Get Vocal. Love these guys. Thank you for this platform. This is great. But we are on Facebook. You go to facebook.com/Parts Counter Gurus. We're over on Instagram. That's Instagram.com. That is the Parts Counter Gurus. You can check us out on YouTube. It's youtube.com. Parts Counter Gurus, right?
That's right.
Not the, but Parts Counter
These
Gurus.
not working for some reason. So
right.
It was for a while. I don't know what happened, but just
yeah. So and on that YouTube channel, guys, when you're there, please, while you're there, subscribe. It's free to you, but priceless to us. While you're there, hit that like button as well as ring that bell for us.
That is a great way to tell YouTube to recommend us to other people. That helps us a ton. I'm talking about the little thumbs up, like, and you know, leave a comment too. We'll
leave a comment. Tell some friends. Pass it on to friends, man. If you enjoy this, but we have a lot of DIY videos there. We have we host our video podcast over there. We host our news segments over there. All the video, anything video over there. Now you can go to partscounterguru.com, which we appreciate as well. And there you can click on the podcast links, and we're on Spotify, Stitcher. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Google Podcasts, Google Play, TuneIn, you name it. We're there. Choose your favorite platform. Those are audio only for those of you commuting into work and might need to use that in-car tan that we've been promoting. That's a favorite of ours. That there's a link up there on our website for in-car tan as well.
partscounterguru.com/in-car tan. One word.
Correct.
What is wrong with me, Jay? Like, I can't even get through our web. I haven't been drinking or anything. And
hey, this is what I said earlier on in the podcast, and I am promoting this, man. I'm going to talk to my local representatives, and I'm going to bring this to vote. I think that the day after the Super Bowl, the Monday after the Super Bowl, should be a national holiday. Here.
Yeah, but I don't think my I think my predicament is not alcohol related. I think it's
you don't think so?
Yeah.
Is it an age thing?
No, I just think I'm just deficient, man. I'm this talking thing sometimes is it's difficult for me. Questionable life choices here that I ended up on a video channel where I have to talk and I can't.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. But anyway, so there you go. partscounterguru.com, and you'll find everything you need there. All the links to any of the stuff that we've been talking about is there as well. So if you have any questions or comments, man, we have a ask a question section. If you want to become a sponsor of our podcast or our website, reach out to us there. We'd love to talk to you about that, because these, while all of this stuff is free to you guys, it's not to us. So it costs to promote these things and put this stuff out there. So anything you can do to help us out, that'd be great. So anyway, I'm done. I'm good. You got any closing thoughts on anything?
No, I just want to thank everybody for checking this out. Tell a friend, and we will see you soon. Until next time, that's Post Cologne over there.
Post colon.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. We didn't even talk about Post Malone, which was actually kind of a funny commercial. Did you see those? The Post Malone commercials?
No.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of people that did, and it was pretty funny. That's okay. That's all right. So anyway, I'm me. That's him.
All right, Jay. I'll see you guys next time, Jay. I'll see you soon. I'm Keith. That's Jay. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Take care. Have fun.